Hare Krishna. So, we welcome you all for our today's session. So, let us understand what in next 30 days, 31 days, what we are gonna understand. So, you must have seen the videos that I had shared. If not, I'll tell you in brief. There are so many things that we want to do, but we are unable to do. Like we want to have a concentrated mind. We want to have a mind which should be focused. We also want to have uh, an intelligence which can in advance understand the things, which can in forehand which can tell us that if you do like this will happen. So we want to do that also. Like we commit mistake, but same time again and again, same mistake. So we want to avoid that, but it's really very difficult. Also, many times you must have heard कि तुमसे कुछ नहीं हो सकता, you're good for nothing. So these statements also we hear. So the questions, the things that I'm telling, solution also I'll tell. In next 31 days, you will get the solution as well. Like we have desire to do something, but due to lack of willpower, we miss. We plan, but we are unable to execute it due to lack of willpower. Right. So these things are there. If you notice one thing that is common in all of these problems, that everything is internal. You cannot do something from outside to help yourself in these situations. And in our life, we see that in all the main things that are there, we are helpless because no company can provide you solution, no college can provide you solution for these things. And we find, ironically, that these things are the most important things in our life. Right. So for that purpose, this Bhagavad Gita course is there. And of course, this Bhagavad Gita course is only possible because Bhagavad Gita is there. So these things were there years back also, when Arjuna was there 5,000 years back. These things were happening. So all of you must be thinking that these are the real problems. And apart from this, there are some problems which are really very important, but nobody has a solution for that. But Bhagavad Gita, whatever we talk about, everything is answered in Bhagavad Gita. Why it is like that? So, because world does not talk about the real, it talks about just theoretical things. Material knowledge only provides theoretical knowledge. That is the point where the material knowledge is missing. So spiritual knowledge provides that solution to everything. So what are the real problems that are available in our life, but nobody has the answer to that? Birth, old age, disease, and death. And nobody wants to die, but everyone has to die. Or as a matter of fact, nobody wants to take birth. In fact, if one is intelligent, he can conclude, then come to this point that he does not want to take birth, because birth in itself is the cause of all the problems. So even these problems are addressed, not just addressed, but properly solved through a very proper bona fide guru disciplic succession that we will understand today and in upcoming sessions. So before we move ahead, let's pray. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Kinamani. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshtarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So these problems are there. So these problems were very prevalent in America. Yes, America is a very rich country, but these things are there also. So Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, these teachings are based upon whatever we are going to discuss in next month till 31st of April or maybe in May. So this all the teachings are based upon the books of Srila Prabhupada. Who is Srila Prabhupada? Let's know a little bit, try to understand him. Prabhupada was a Gaudiya Vaishnava, pure devotee of the Lord, appeared on this earth to spread the holy name of the Lord to every nook and corner of the globe. He went to the USA in 1965 into the center of Maya, New York, and he wrote Bhagavad Gita. So when he wrote Bhagavad Gita in 1970s, before that also there were so many editions on Bhagavad Gita in English specifically, around 700 versions. But there was no change in the heart of the people, and these Bhagavad Gita versions were eating dirt in the libraries of the USA and other countries. No change was there. But when Prabhupada went there and he wrote the Bhagavad Gita, within few years, 2 years, so many Vaishnavas, as you can see the picture, so many Vaishnavas, they became devotee across the globe, called Guru Parampara system. So, like there is a mango on the ripened mango on the top of the tree, and if someone breaks it and plucks it and throws it on the ground, for sure this mango is gonna wasted because it will get spoiled. But if the same mango gets transferred to the lower branches one by one, then at the bottom, at the ground, it will be secured properly in a proper condition without getting spoiled. Similarly, the same knowledge that was given by Lord Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, when it gets transferred to the Guru disciplic succession from Lord Krishna to Brahma to Narad to Vyasdev, like that to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is the 32nd Acharya in that chain. So that knowledge remains intact, and therefore the effect is very powerful, impact is very powerful. But others, those who are not in Guru disciplic success and just for getting some name and fame, they say that we don't consider Krishna as God, we don't consider Bhagavad Gita as the voice of God. Rather, this is a book of knowledge and we can interpret it in our own way. So you can interpret in any way, but the effect will be nullified because you have removed Krishna. If you have removed Krishna, where is the words of Krishna? If Krishna is not there, words are not there. So their potency is not there. They say that it is not Krishna, it's someone else inside Krishna. So these are some bad intentions of the intelligent scholars. So many intelligent scholars are there, like Radha Krishna, and so many famous people, but they have no effect. Nobody knows that they have written Aurobindo. Nobody knows that they have written something like Bhagavad Gita. What to have any effect on the global scale? Even an individual person cannot have any change of heart. Spiritual life means there must be a change of heart. If you are practicing spiritual life, there must be a change of heart. If that is not there, it means whatever we are doing, that is just a wastage of time. So don't waste your time. Take the shelter of Guru disciplic succession under the proper guidance of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So let us understand the life of Srila Prabhupada. When he was a kid, from that very time he was playing not normal games, cricket, hockey, like that. No, he was playing with the other boys along his house. He was pulling the cart of Jagannath, reciting Bhagavad Gita. He used to recite from the very beginning, like his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhantji. And his father used to give him deities, had given him deities of Radha Krishna. He had his own deities, Radha Govindji in Kolkata. And he used to, quite frequently, he used to go there and serve them. He and his sister. And when in the year of 1922, first time he met his Guru Maharaj, his father asked Actually, his friend asked him to come to meet this very great exalted Vaishnav. But Prabhupada, having taken birth in a great Vaishnav family, from the very birth he had met many sannyasis, many sadhus. Everyone used daily, many sadhus used to come at his house, and his father used to feed them very nicely and serve them very nicely. And at the end of the, when they are living, so his father used to bring his boy, little kid, Srila Prabhupada Vacharan at that time. He used to call him and ask them to give him blessings so that he can become a pure devotee of Srimati Radharani. So from the very birth, we can see such a pious family. Not just pious, a Goswami family. His father was a pure devotee, that Prabhupada personally told. And when he took birth, it was proclaimed that in his life, this boy is going to make 108 temples. Or if he becomes does not go to the west, or rather he tries to become a mercantile man, then he will become the most successful business richest man on the earth or in India. That was proclaimed. So it was, and there is a ceremony when a child, when we have to understand his samskaras from the previous birth that is carrying, whether he will become a mercantile like businessman, or whether he will become a brahmana having inclination towards the scriptures, or he will become a fighter, kshatriya. So these things are put. So same test was given to Srila Prabhupada. He very young kid, Abhacharan, Srila Prabhupada, very small, maybe 1-2 years old, just able to crawl or walk. So three things were kept: some instruments, some books were kept like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Wealth were kept, money, coins were kept, and the knife and other kind of stuffs were kept. Three things were kept, and Prabhupada had to crawl, and he chose Bhagavatam. So we can see that he had this sanskara. That was the prophecy to be fulfilled, that now a pure devotee has appeared, and he's going to spread the dharma from the very beginning of his birth. So Srila Prabhupada, his Guru Maharaj ordered him, as you can see in this third picture, when he met his Guru Maharaj in 1922. So his Guru Maharaj ordered him that you are a very intelligent boy, you speak English so nicely, so you please spread this knowledge. In the very first meeting, his Guru Maharaj asked him to spread this knowledge across the globe. Prabhupada said, okay. And he had to struggle a lot. So many struggle stories are there. He also met Lal Bahadur Shastri and so many prime ministers to spread this knowledge. He gifted them Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. He tried hard to fulfill the order of his spiritual master, but that was not happening until 1965, when he decided to go to USA, the capital hub of Maya. And there he started. And one very interesting story, that he had no idea, he had no ticket actually to go, but somehow he got a ticket for a boat, which was not passenger boat, but kind of thing, export import business that is being done by this. So that boat he got, and he had 35 days on the way, and on the ways he got 2 heart attacks. Still he did not choose to come back. Rather, he said that I will die for the instruction of my spiritual master. That was his conviction on the order of his spiritual master. So when he got down on the harbor in Boston, he had no idea. Harbor means the place where the land meets the ocean. So that place, when he got down, he put his left leg on the ground, but he had no idea whether to put a right leg towards this side or that side. He had no idea about that. So such a precarious condition, he had no money, no friend, nothing. But by the mercy of Krishna and his Guru Maharaj, he started chanting on the park, and many flocks around gathered there, many young hippies at that time, young American boys and girls surrounded him and started chanting. So continuously Srila Prabhupada chanted for 3 hours altogether. He just closed his eyes, prayed to his Guru Maharaj, and chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So like that, he kept on chanting for 3 hours. And when he opened his eyes, it was unbelievable. So many hundreds and thousands of young American boys were there chanting and dancing. Video is available, you can see on YouTube. So, and slowly Prabhupada somehow started a center, Matchless Gift. This is a very beautiful story how he got Matchless Gift. So many things are there. You can go to nearby Iskcon temple and buy Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, and you can learn just by reading his pastime, his struggle. You can get enlivened. Whatever problems are there in your life that will look so small, so petty, that you will feel that you have no problems in your life just by reading the pastimes of a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. So don't hold yourself back. Go to Iskcon if you are not connected and buy Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit and change your life today itself. And soon, it was not long before he became a every mouth talk. Everyone was talking about him across the globe. Big scientists and businessmen, politicians used to come to him, share the problems in the society, and used to get the solutions. And everywhere solution was one and the same, chanting the holy name, Krishna consciousness, Bhagavad Gita. And they used to really very get satisfied. You can ask how scientists used to get satisfied. That is the power of pure devotee. Since this knowledge is perfect, Bhagavad Gita, but other knowledge that we understand as science, like in modern science, material, CS, computer science, so many things are there, chemical engineering. So we may feel that that is also science, but that is not a fact. That is speculation rather. Science means which is without fault. It should have no fault. It should be practical. But in science, we find so many faults, and after so many years, they are able to find it and then try to rectify it. But that is speculation called in grammatical sense. So Prabhupada used to tell them, and they used to agree that whatever you're saying, that is perfect. And in just within short span of 10 years, Prabhupada had volumes of books, 70 in number, like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, this much size, thick, and 108 temples. That very short period, 10 years, 108 temples. The temples, whatever city you're in, just Google ISKCON nearby me, and you'll find so many centers across you, around you. And also Prabhupada traveled the globe 14 times. He circumambulated the whole globe 14 times in this short span of 10 years. Unbelievable. Nobody can do that. Even we, when we have to travel for 6 hours or 10 hours in the train, we are getting so much tired that we have to take rest next day. Prabhupada had to travel, but he never took rest more than 2 hours in 24 hours. We sleep, normally we sleep 6 hours, 8 hours. Prabhupada used to sleep only 2 hours. No jet lag, no nothing. There, that is the power of pure devotee beyond 3 modes. You can also be one of them, or we can try to be by following the footprints. Also, Prabhupada wrote more than 6 pages of literature every day. He used to write 6 pages. He used to get up early in the, what we say, dead night, 11 p.m. He used to get up, and whole night he used to write. So just 6 pages from 11 to 4 or 11 to 6, 7 hours he used to write, and just 6 pages. So you can understand so much he had to think, so much he had to pray to the Lord to write every word which can bring revolution in the impious lives of the civilization, modern civilization. So these books are very, very powerful. It had changed the lives of millions, if not in billions, millions. And I'm sure it must be in billions. It had changed, and I have seen in my life was full of impious activities, sinful life. I was also studying in college, so undoubtedly, if someone is studying, life is going to be sinful. By the power of the association of devotees and the books Srila Prabhupada wrote, life transformed. And I've seen that this has so happened with many devotees, not just in India but across the globe. He delivered more than 5,000 lectures, including room talks, morning walks, and talk with the seminars, talk with the scientists and politicians. Also, he gave many seminars in big universities like Massachusetts, MIT, that we call Oxford, Harvard, like that. He was invited and he had to get paid for getting invited. Such a high caliber. They used to invite him and ask, please, we will pay you, but you come and guide our students. So that is the level of. And if we want to go, we can't even go to small colleges for speaking normally. So just within 10 years, and he had more than 10,000 disciples just within 10 years, lakhs of followers, and the most prominent ones. Who can be most prominent across the globe? The singer, the actors, or the politicians, or businessmen. So Prabhupada got them all. The most richest person of that time, Oxford, what's his name? He's having a car company. I'm forgetting his name. Can anyone tell me? Actually, he's his disciple. He became later on his disciple. Okay, so George Harrison was also there. And Ford company, you must have heard Ford. So that the grandson of the Mr. Ford, Alfred Ford, he became the disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He was the grandson of Henry Ford, the owner, the founder of Ford company. So he became the disciple. And George Harrison, the most famous person on the entire planet at that time, they used to call, they were termed that they are more famous than even the God or Jesus Christ. Once this was tossed in the public domain that they are more famous than Jesus Christ or the God. So he became the follower of Srila Prabhupada. So we can see the power of a pure devotee. It's so relishing. I mean, everyone can enjoy hearing the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. And so many much more to talk about Srila Prabhupada, but let's move ahead on Bhagavad Gita again. So you can know more about him by reading Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, which is available in anywhere near your ISKCON temple nearby you. You can visit that place and really change your life just by understanding, just by reading the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. I'm telling you, you just do it and you will see how your life will be full of encouragement, full of enthusiasm, just by reading, just by understanding that there may be some person like this who left everything, who took so much pain just for the welfare of the society. He was 70 years old when he went in 1965 to USA. He was 70 years. Now who goes to the USA without any money or without any friend circle in USA at the age of 70? Everyone takes not retire, and then what? I don't know what next. So that is the stage of 70 years. But Prabhupada, despite of having old age, 2 heart attacks on the voyage, he did everything for us. So we are very fortunate. So this Bhagavad Gita is very, very powerful. I'll move little fast. This is essence of knowledge. You can take screenshots. That's why I have minimized myself. My video is very small, you can see. So you can take screenshots. If you want, you can put in the chat box. I can reduce even more my size. Okay, so this is the most important Upanishad, most important. In actually, Shankaracharya termed it as Gita Upanishad. Though it is a part of Mahabharata. Mahabharata comes in there are 2 things. One is Shruti and another is Smriti. Smriti, Mahabharata lies in the category of Smriti, but Bhagavad Gita comes into the category of Shruti because this is Upanishad spoken by the Lord himself. So that it's very unique feature of Bhagavad Gita. And this is not just the most important Upanishad, rather it also carries the essence of, if you read Bhagavad Gita, no other book is required for you to read. even your science or commerce or anything, practically. So, and all the problems that we have, that we face in our day-to-day life, you cannot imagine, but Bhagavad Gita has answer to all of that. Just by reading Bhagavad Gita, you will get all the answers, just by reading or hearing Bhagavad Gita. If you hear Srila Prabhupada lectures, that then you will feel that your questions are, the problems are being addressed, like a person is telling you the solution one to one. So every problem, either material or spiritual. So Bhagavad Gita is not for a layman, it is for everyone. Be a very intelligent man like Einstein, a very powerful man, very big politician, influential person like Narendra Modi, Mahatma Gandhi, or uh, Tulsi Gabbard, or Abraham Lincoln, whoever he might be, it's for everyone. So never consider that. Actually, they used to read. These examples are there because they used to read. Even Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, a very respectable personality, a very nice person, he used to read Bhagavad Gita daily. In spite of being from a Muslim background, he used to read Bhagavad Gita daily. Can you imagine? So that is the power of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita breaks all the boundaries of caste, creed, and nationalities, and it brings real unity in the society. If there is some disparity, disunity in the society, that is because of the lack of knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. People say that because of religion there is a fight. No, there, because of the lack of knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, the true religion, true dharma, because of absence of that, there is a fight. So it's not because of, it's because of ignorance actually. So if we are in knowledge, there will be no fight, either outside or inside. Even inside will be happy. So Bhagavad Gita, our whole life should be ready. We should be prepared to read. These 31 days are not sufficient, but why we are holding it for 31 days or more? So that we can know a little bit about Bhagavad Gita, we can get inspiration to study it deeply, and also we can have some little bit idea like how it functions, how it flows, the flow, to understand. So what should be the mood while reading Bhagavad Gita? By accepting Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and having a servitude attitude towards him, servitor attitude, like I am his servant, he's my master, and whatever he's saying, that is for my betterment. Unless and until we are having this mood, reading Bhagavad Gita will bring no change or positive change in our lives. Just by challenging Bhagavad Gita, you cannot get anything positive. In common life, also in general life, we see that if we meet any common man, and if you want, we are angry at him or we are envious of him, he's not going to bring any good to us. But if you are friendly to him, he will do a lot of things he can do to us. So Krishna is not a common man, he's the uncommon. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can do so many things for us, everything for us. He can make us immortal. Really, we'll understand about it in upcoming sessions. And so Arjuna is a best friend of Krishna, and being best friend, always always constant companion. He was not into delusion. He was actually put by Krishna in delusion. He is not actually in delusion, so that he can ask the question of common man, which we are facing in our day-to-day life. We are confused sometimes. We have no idea what is to be done, and we try to find the solution, but we are confused where to find. Nobody knows. Sometimes we go to our seniors like big brother, elder brother, our father, mother, to get the counsel, but even they are not having answer, and then घुमा घुमा के कुछ भी उत्तर दे देते हैं, anything, and we are also baffled. We go to our professors, they are also very miserable in their life. Recently, 2 days back, I won't take the full name, but it was a professor from IIT. I had gone there. So he was smoking, and he was in such a, smoking means he is in anxiety, clear cut. If someone is smoking, what is the need? He's burning his lungs, he's burning his money, he's burning his time. What for? To remove some anxiety, to forget. कुछ देर तो खींच लें, जिंदगी तो खींच ही रहे हैं, इसको भी खींच लें. So to solve those problems, who will ask Krishna? We cannot ask. Who? Sometimes people ask, भगवान है तो मुझे दिखाओ तो मैं मानूंगा. भगवान है, but you are not qualified to see him. You cannot even see your death, which everyone knows that it is going to happen. But anybody has seen his death? Nobody has. They just die. So Krishna is dead. When he comes, we cannot see him. Even at that time, Krishna says, "Kalosmi, lok chakrit paruddho," that I can destroy everything. Is like a death. But just by challenging, we cannot see him. We have to become his servant. We have to become his friend. We have to become his devotee. Then we can ask him. We can talk to him, and he will answer us. Bhagavad Gita is his word. When we are asking him, he will answer through Bhagavad Gita, through his devotee's mouth. So this is for our benefit. So we should be very grateful for it, that Krishna is so nice. He is not just caring about the people of his time, but also people of coming generations. Not only 10 years, 20 years, 7 pidhi, 10 pidhi, no. Everyone for next lakhs and millions and trillions of years to come. So he's real father. A father thinks about 7 generations or maybe 1 generation, but real father thinks about all the generations. So Krishna is our real father. So in Bhagavad Gita, that is actually in 3 sections it is there. So the art of performing karma, for 1 to 6, we will understand. Chapter 1 to 6 is art of performing karma, which is karma yoga. And then middle 6 chapters are like for whom. So for Krishna, how to perform karma for Krishna. That is middle 6 chapters. That is pure devotional service. And the last 6 chapters, while living in this material world, how to perform karma for Krishna's sake in living in this material world. So that will be the complete understanding of Bhagavad Gita. So how to live in this material world, living part will be covered there. So that will be very practical. 13 to 18 chapter, you will be very much enlivened. And also 7 to 12 chapter, you will get so much peace and happiness by just by hearing middle 6 chapters. And beginning 6 chapters, just by reading or hearing this first 6 chapters, you'll get encouragement to practice your day-to-day life, so that you don't incur bad actions or bad karma, and you be a good man. You can understand really what is good. So that was will go. This Bhagavad Gita is the flow. So the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the science of material existence, from birth, death, old age, and disease. So we all are into problems. Everyone is fighting inside and outside. Everyone is fighting. So Bhagavad Gita was spoken on the battlefield. So everyone is actually fighting, either in the school or in the company or at home or inside. Everyone is fighting. If just we try to analyze, we are seeking happiness, but what we are getting in the material world, in spite of so much labor, just the fight within and without, inside and outside. Our mind is yelling upon us, chastising us, rebuking us every moment. You did like that, you did like this. Our relatives, they are just haunting us, taunting us, and the boss and the professors, they are no worse, no better than nightmares, the worst nightmares. Of course, some might be fortunate to not have that much, but of course, everyone is very really restless in their lives. So just surrender unto Lord Sri Krishna like Arjuna did, and you will get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. It will be revealed by reading in the association of devotees. It will be revealed. So all of us are in anxiety. So if you want to be free from anxiety, then just surrender to Krishna. Surrendering to Krishna means reading Bhagavad Gita in a proper spirit, in a proper mood. Okay, so there are few things about Bhagavad Gita. What is the benefit of the glories of Bhagavad Gita that is being given in Padma Puran, and it is quoted by the acharyas. So we'll recite them. Gita Shastram Idam Punyam Yah Pathet Prayatah Puman Vishnu padam avapnoti bhaya shokadivarjitah. If you just read Bhagavad Gita, yah pathe prayatah kuman Vishnu padam avapnoti, you will attain the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. Bhaya shokadi varjitah, and you will get relieved of bhaya, fear, your future, about your future, about your present. Shok, about your past, lamenting about your past. In my past it happened. Actually, past also haunt us. Our present is so much shaking because of the fear of future and the lamentation of the past. We are caught up in this. From one side, future is pulling us from one side, past is pulling us a very miserable, very precarious condition, and in present we are crying. Our psychophysical nature is being disturbed because of this lamentation and fear. So don't worry, you will get relieved of it. Just hear Bhagavad Gita with the proper mood. Much more, don't worry, we'll discuss more in detail about these things. All Bhagavad Gita is there. Maline mochanam pumsam jalasnanam dine dine shakrit pitamritam snanam samsara malanashanam. Maline mochanam pumsam. If there is some problem in your heart, there is some malinta, some impurity in your heart, you will get relieved of it. Don't worry. If you are envious of someone and that is burning in your heart, if you are angry upon someone, that is burning your heart, that is burning you, so that you will be relieved of it. Don't worry. Lust, the biggest problem, so you will be relieved of it. Jal snanam dine dine. So if we take here, jal snanam means Ganga, Mother Ganges or Yamuna. By taking bath in Ganges, we get purified, and slowly we get relieved of these anarthas. Anarthas means unwanted things in our heart. Sakrit Gitamrita Snanam. Sakrit means even once. Sakrit. Sakrit Gitamrita Snanam. Just by taking snan in Gitamrit, the nectar of Bhagavad Gita, even once. Samsara Malanashanam. The samshar, which is samshar means samsriti, the samshara, which is repeating the cycle of birth and death, that is called samshar. So all the impurity that is coming from this samshar, that we will get purified of that just by taking one good dip in the Gitamrit, the nectar of Bhagavad Gita. So are you all ready to take a good dip in Bhagavad Gita? Please just let me know by raising your hand or anyway writing in your chat box. Vishnu Vakrad Vinisritam Gita Gangotakam Pitva Punarjanma Navidyate. All of you must be getting very simple Sanskrit is there. Gita Su Gita Kartavya Kim Anya Shastra Vistarai. There are so many Shastra scriptures are there. What need is there? They are in so much explained, so wide. What need is there to read so many books? Gita Su Gita. Gita is so nicely composed, such nice philosophy, directly spoken by Lord Krishna. Heart, very pleasing to the heart and ears. Gita Su Gita means very beautiful. Yaswayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmat Vinisrita, directly coming from the lotus mouth of Padmanabh, whose Nabhi means okay, so whose lotus navels, whose navels are like lotus. So from him, if that Bhagavad Gita is spoken, so what there is need to read any other scripture? Bharatamrita Saraswasam Vishnu Vakrad Vinisritam Gita Gangodakam Pitva Punarjanmana Vidyate. Just by reading Gita Gangodakam, Ganga Udakam means water of Ganges. So if you read here or nectar, this nectar of Bhagavad Gita, then there is no more birth. That's what I was talking about as immortality. If you want to become immortal, Punarjanmana Vidyate. All of us want to become immortal, never to die and never to take birth again. So Punarjanmana Vidyate. So there is no other way. Krishna is the only way. Bhagavad Gita is the only way. So, which is coming from Vishnu Vaktrad Vinisritam, coming directly from the mouth of Lord Sri Krishna. Again, this all things are coming from Padma Purana. These are the Gita Mahatmya. And all the slokas are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita as it is, written by Srila Prabhupada in a bona fide Guru disciplic succession. सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनंदनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धम गीतामृतम महत्. Sarva Upanishadah Gavah. If you take all the scriptures, all the Upanishads, all the Vedas as a cow, Dugdha Gopalan, if cow is there, what is the best product of a cow? Why we keep cow at home? Can anybody tell why we keep cows at home? Anybody thinks that we keep cows for milk? Anybody? Yeah, so that is, I think, the only purpose, that we keep cows only for milk. And the other byproducts also are also there, like gomutra and so many things. So that is the milk. So what is that milk? Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat. That is the Gitamrit. The nectarian milk is Gita, nectar of Gita. So if all the Upanishads are there and we try to take milk from that cow, so there must be a Dogdha. So who is that Dogdha? The person who will to take out the milk from the cow's udder. That is Gopal Nandan, Lord Sri Krishna, Partha Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta. And you know that a cow doesn't give milk unless it sees its own calf. So that calf, that Vatsa means calf, is Partha, means Arjuna. So that Arjuna is the calf, and seeing the Arjuna, keeping Arjuna sad as a means, Lord Krishna is taking the product, pure nectarian product of milk. And everyone knows that milk is not only for the calf, but rather the major portion of the milk is delivered to the family people. So we are the family people of Lord Krishna, and Krishna has, as a keeping Arjuna as a means, and he has churned the Upanishads, the Vedas, and he has given us this Bhagavad Gita, nectarian Bhagavad Gita. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putram Gitam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantrastasya Namani Yani Karmani Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. If someone has no time, I have no time, I'm really very, very busy. I'm a businessman, I'm a corporate guy, I'm this, that. I'm very busy, I have no time. Just tell me one thing, that I have to read one book, one mantra that I have to chant, or one demigod, one god. There are so many demigods in your religion. Just tell me one god that I can worship, and just one activity that I can perform in my life. I'm gonna die. If someone is on deathbed and he is asking this, I have no time, just tell me. So Padma Purana and the Acharyas, they tell Ekam Shastram. Okay, let there be only one scriptures. And what is that? Devaki Putra Gitam, the Gita, the song sung by Devaki Putra. Who is Devaki Putra? Anybody knows? Very difficult question. $1 million question. Anybody knows? Oh, wow. Ishika Chopra, she got the answer. $1 million. Krishna, yes, Devaki Putra is Krishna. Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. And let there be only one God to be worshipped. And who is that? Devaki Putra, the son of Mother Devaki. And of course, again the same Devaki Putra is Krishna. Eko mantra tasya namani yani. Let there be only one mantra. And what is that? Bhurvosvaha? No, tasya namani. His name. Whose name? The previous Devaki Putra. Oh, Devaki Putra, Krishna's name. Yeah, what is that? Please let us know. What other scriptures talk about? Please let us know. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is the mantra that everyone has to chant. From today onwards, everyone will chant at least one round. Without chanting one round, don't attend the class. You have to be serious, at least. I'm giving so much of my time. So this is the payment that you have to pay. Chant one round and then attend the class. Eko mantras tasya namani yani karmapi ekam tasya devasya seva. If there is any one work that we have to do, any one service that we have to perform, tasya devasya seva. Just try to serve that person, that God. Tasya devasya seva. And that's it. If you do like that, your life will be blissful, happy. So happy New Year. Today's I heard, I'm not sure, I don't know, that today is Happy New Year of Vedic culture, Chaitra Baisakh, Jyeshtha Ashad. So if that is there, so Happy New Year to all of you. Okay, so now in next few minutes, I have to start our Hindi session. So this session I'm going to wind up now, for now on. If anybody is having any question, I can take one or two, not more than that. Just raise your hand and we'll unmute you. Electronically, you can raise your hand or like that. Okay, so I'm going to close if there is no question, because people are joining now. I think they are from Hindi section. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much for joining our English session. Now at 7:30, we'll start the same thing in Hindi. Those who have already attended, they may also attend, no problem. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.